if it'll work. And we're live.
Cool.
So we'll just wait for notifications to actually go out. So how have you been? Whoa, okay.
There it is. Huh. Hi, Moritz.
Okay. Yeah. Can you? Oh, wait. Hold on. Let's see. Let's bring that up. Oh, why don't we do that and cut the audio so that I don't have all this audio reverbing back in my headphones? That might help.
What? What am I supposed to do?
No, I was having a bunch of audio cut back come back and forth in my headphones because I was having because I have the live stream up here so I can see the comments, but I also had the live stream up on the computer and I was getting our audio through the call and then the audio through the live stream, and it was reverbing back and forth and it was not fun. Or it was not good. Moritz, Lily, how are you all doing? I'm assuming
Lily's
those
my
are...
sister, by the way.
Oh, well, nice to somewhat meet you. Let's see. I do have a question for you though. On Instagram, somebody with your last name has liked my stuff, and I'm not quite sure who it is.
That's probably my mom.
Betty?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I know that that's not anyone that I should be afraid of then. Okay.
No, definitely not.
So how have you been? How's everything going with the school and everything?
I'm fine. I'm still recording my originals, and I hope that I can finish this until the end of March. But yeah, it's a lot of work.
I mean, I can only say I imagine. I can't say, I know what you're going through because I can't. So I imagine. All right, Derry, Leslie, Joe, how are you all doing? I'm surprised, Derry, that you're not at work. Derry is actually one of my moderators, or Das is actually one of my moderators. And Leslie is is a longtime fan, and Joe has just started joining us in the last couple of months, I'd say. But how are you all doing today? It's cool that now that we're actually going to kind of sort of have a combination of audiences from mine and yours.
Yeah.
Hey, Lily.
Cool.
So yeah,
That's
guys,
exciting. My first live stream ever.
your first live stream?
Yeah. Never did that before.
I'm at work. I'm on break. Gotcha. You need food. Food is always good.
I just came home from work too.
Yeah, it's late for you, or it's getting late for you.
Yeah.
So if you all have any questions at all, Dad and I, a little while back, yeah, Lyrical One, that's Dad from upstairs. But if you all have any questions, Dad and I reacted to some of Shiara's music a little while back. Oh, what did we do? Lay Down Sally, and then your cover of Lay Down Sally, and then, oh God, You've Got a Friend. I think it was the one you did with Emily.
Yes,
So
exactly.
which were both awesome.
Thank you.
But yeah, if y'all have any questions for her, just shoot them her way. She's got the comments up so she can see your comments. A little late, but it is what it is. It's in the 50s in Michigan. Ooh, it's supposed to get in the mid 60s here, temperature wise. So that's gonna be really good. I'm actually gonna get out and run a little bit.
Wow. Oh my God. I really, really miss warmth and summer and spring. It was a really cold winter, which was cool
Yeah,
actually. I love snow, but in combination with the pandemic going on, you know.
yeah, yeah. We do have that going on, don't we?
Yeah.
Just a little bit. I was about to ask who she was. Yeah, we reacted to Ciara probably about a few weeks ago, probably about a month ago, with one of her with two covers. One that was just her, and one that was with Emily Ling, who we have reacted to a few times. But yeah, it's been here in Virginia, it's been fluxing. So it can be like 30 degrees one day, 50 degrees the next, back to 19, back to 40, and it's all over the place. Yesterday, I think the high was in the 50s, but in the morning it was 19 degrees.
Mhm.
So it's crazy. But today through Friday is supposed to be in the mid 60s. Um so after this I'm gonna try and get out and run a little bit because I gotta prep for training.
Amazing. Are you
Not
for
fun.
Air Force, or are you just doing
Mm,
that for yourself?
no, it's for the Air Force. No, that dad can tell you that I have like little to no motivation to actually go out and do stuff, especially if it's physical fitness stuff.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, so this is total Air Force training. And it's not like insane training, but I haven't run in like, or I haven't ran in like, see, I can't even tell you how long it's been since I've
Mm-hmm.
gone out and actually run. Um, so, and I don't even know what my time is that I need to get my 1.5 miles down to. So that's going to be scary. But out of the entirety of the 7.5 weeks of my basic training, we only have 3 run days that you have to keep your score at, or you have to keep your time at. So I got to get my time down because my time is probably not good right now.
Hmm.
Robert, what's up? It's getting dark here. What time is it where you're at? I know you've been in the lives a couple of times, but I can't remember where you're from. I do not think I've seen that video. Can I get a small sample of her voice? That's up to
Oh,
her.
what do you want me to sing right now, or what?
Putting you on the spot. I don't know, Lily. That's actually something that you're gonna have to ask her if you can get a sample or something. I don't know.
Um, is there any requests?
I don't know. Is there any requests? We'll see what happens. Um, where is she from?
I am from Germany, from the south of Germany.
So long distance call going on here.
Huh?
Let's see. Do you write your own music? Who are some of your favorite artists and or inspirations?
Um, I just started to write my own music. Um, that was always a thing that is not so easy for me, but now I started, and my big inspirations are definitely Led Zeppelin. That's everything for me. Um, I don't know. There are a lot of musicians I really look up to. Whitesnake, David Coverdale. Um, Heidi Malua, actually. Do you know her?
I do not know her.
Yeah, she's from England, and she's really cool. I love her music. Um, yes. And as a singer, who really inspires me is Stevie Nicks, definitely.
I'm
Yeah,
sensing a lot of 70s, 80s
definitely.
artists.
Yeah.
as a lot would say, is one of the greatest generations for music.
Totally.
Let's see. What will your next project be, or what is your next project that
If
you're
I
going to be
only
working on?
knew. I don't know. Like I said, I'm currently working on my own music, and I think I'm going to publish that as soon as it's done, but I really don't know when this is going to be. But I have a lot of songs in mind that I want to cover in the future. I just don't know where to start.
That's always the toughest place, is figuring out actually where to start. Robert is in London and it's 6:10. Yeah, so it's in the evening for you. Lily's saying it does not matter what you do. It is just to hear what she sounds like tone-wise. So I don't know. I mean, they're putting you on the spot there.
Oh, I'm shy. Okay, well, so do you want me to sing now, or?
Huston just said, can you sing Turn the Page for us? I'm not quite sure what that is, if that's a song.
I can, of course. Wait a second, what was the lyrics? It's really, really long ago that I sang that song.
Let's see.
Do you want me to grab a guitar, or just I didn't expect that.
Lyrics. Yeah, everyone's putting you on the spot now. Let's see. Oh my God, I have the lyrics up here, but if I try to say them, like, I'm gonna probably butcher them and offend a bunch of people. So
Wait, I know the lyrics. Bob Seger song. Okay. Wait. I honestly don't know why everyone likes me to sing that song, because I did a cover of it a year ago or something, and it's getting so much views every day, and I just don't know why, because I hate it. I would never ever upload this video today, and I don't know why people watch that all the time. I mean, I have so many cool covers that I put out in the last few weeks, and they don't get as much attention as I would like them to, but people love Turn the Page.
So why do you not particularly care for Turn the Page? I've never heard your cover of it, so I'm genuinely curious.
It's a beautiful song. I really love it. I also love to sing it, but I just don't like the way I sang it back then, because it's a bit too low, the key, and I didn't get all the notes right, and it just hurts in my ears to listen to that.
We are our own worst criticism.
That's
Or
true.
we are our own worst critics, I think is how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
I understand that.
Yes, grab a guitar would be very cool. All right, a little sneak peek.
Yeah, guys, this is so like not planned. So y'all are really catching her off guard here.
I really didn't expect that. Oh God, I didn't play this in so long. That is too low. Where's my there?
But hey, it just means a lot of people like your music.
And I ain't complaining. It's fine. I just don't know why this video and not, for example, my Ramble On video, which I just made a few months ago together with some really cool people, and was such a nice project and was so much fun, but it just doesn't get so much attention, unfortunately. But what can I do?
Promote it more. I
Yeah.
honestly, I couldn't tell you. It's weird for me too with the projects and the reactions, you know, that I used to do. That stuff from over a year ago is still getting more views than the stuff from today. And it's like, well, I've improved a lot since then.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, everyone back then was saying, you know, I hope you keep going. I hope you keep going, you know, or why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? I said, well, if you would actually watch the videos from today, you'd see the differences and wouldn't be
Yeah,
complaining about anything. So,
I totally get you. All right.
so weird.
Yeah, my guitar is not perfectly tuned. Okay, I'm gonna do my best. Long, lonesome highway, each of them a hug. You can listen to the engines mourning out as one song. You can think about the woman or the girl you knew the night before. So you go into this restaurant, I struck out from the road, and you feel the eyes upon you as you're shaking up the cold. You pretend it doesn't bother you, but you just want to explode. And here I am on the road again. Here I am up on the stage. And there I go, playing star again. But there I go, turn the page. Oh, out there in the spotlight, you're a million miles away. Every ounce of energy you try to give away as the sweat pours out your body like the music that you play. Here I am on the road again. Here I am up on the stage. Here I go, can't start again. Here I go, turn the page.
Awesome. Good job.
Thank you.
Great job. You're getting a lot of love in the comments.
Really?
Let's see. Great to see a live performance again.
Indeed.
And I actually think it turned out really well while doing it over a Zoom call. I think that actually turned out really well.
Thank you.
Huston had a heart and a mic next to each other. Bravo, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, if you don't know who Adam is actually another reactor from I think he's in Newcastle. And yeah, he and I have. Hey,
Hi.
You're gonna screw it up if you having your headphones in.
no, you just can't hear her
Oh, okay.
unless we do
That was fantastic. By the way.
this and make it.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see.
Castle.
Okay, and that's like totally behind. So
Yeah. Anyway, I heard it. It was awesome. Just to be able to pick it up and do it. You know, because I know how self-conscious I am when people ask me to do stuff. You know, and that was awesome. I think that what you should do to put her on the spot even more.
oh God, actually put this in your ear. See what happens. All right, we're gonna see if this still works.
Oh, wrong ear.
Yeah, that's the left ear. Yeah, we're gonna see if this still works. If y'all can still hear us and we can still hear you, because I've never done that before.
Okay, so but somebody needs to say something so I can hear it.
I perfectly hear you.
There we go.
is.
There we go.
There
It
she
works.
is. It works.
I've never split it like that before. So
I just didn't realize that you're talking to me. I'm reading comments right now.
What I would do though,
to put her on the spot
put her
even
on the
more.
spot even more, right? Is whatever the newest video is,
Mm-hmm.
promote it. This is your chance. This is your chance. Pick up that guitar, sing the newest video. Whatever.
The Rolling
whatever it
Stones
is.
one.
The one that you think that you want promoted right now. Doesn't have to be the newest one. But just think of one that you can do acoustic. And is Adam still on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Adam is still on, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna knock his socks off so that he starts promoting you on his channel. Right, Adam? Shake your head. Yes. I'm putting Adam on the spot right now as well.
Yeah, I was just telling her that Adam's another reactor from Newcastle.
Adam is one of the biggest reactors out there.
Yeah, okay.
Right, Adam? Shake your head. He's like, oh my God, what the hell are you saying? What the heck are you saying?
We're putting you on the spot, man. Take the exposure. We're putting you on the spot.
Yeah, we are putting him on the spot, putting both of them on the spot. But the thing is, that's how people hear you. Because think of all the people who are on Adam's channel right now that have no clue. Right?
True.
I mean, you're only talking about what, 4,500 for us. Adam's got like what,
20,000.
20 million on his?
No, 20,000.
Oh.
I think.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was off by a 0 or 2.
Or 2, yeah.
But I mean, yeah, he's got a huge fan base.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Derry, hope you have a good rest of your day. I know your break is now over, but thanks for jumping in.
Go clean some teeth, girl.
She's a dentist.
So anyway, I think it would be really cool.
Yeah, he's still on.
Yeah.
He's still on.
Yeah. So I know Adam's still there. So I just think whatever that she would want promoted, because then I think I heard her say, why does everybody keep asking me about this one? Because it's like a year old. Because this is like a year old. I have some new cooler stuff. Did I not hear you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, so this would be if you want to do it, that's great. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. Also,
He's
full
of crazy ideas. Just like Crazy Theodore just popped in here. Exactly. He's crazy. He's full of crazy ideas.
Who was it that we did with Maya?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she starts getting hits from everywhere. So, this, because she had not been, we hadn't reacted to her.
No.
Or she had very, very few reactions.
Well, yeah, she had very few reactions. She had a fan base that she had started to develop, but she didn't have
anybody reacting to her stuff.
Right. Except for Adam.
Yeah. Okay. So except for
Adam.
Yeah. So this might be think about it. It might be a good opportunity here before this thing ends, right?
He's the brains, I'm the bronze. He's the one that comes up with all the crazy ideas. I'm just the one that puts them into action if they need to be put into action.
Well, and I think we would all love to hear something else as well. I think just as general, but I know you were not thinking that you were going to be on here performing.
No.
I get
So-
it, but you know, when you're a star, and everybody, you know, kind of.
Well, yeah.
Everybody kind of put you on the spot. So
Everyone did put her on the spot.
It's fine. I mean,
well,
it's
anyway.
really long ago that I performed live. Really, really long ago. I kind of missed it, yeah. But
Well, I know that urge wants to come out again. So you know, here's a platform to kind of get back into it. So anyway, okay, I've said my piece.
so you want me to sing something else?
Yeah, I think everybody on here does.
Oh, let's see.
But
Comments are a little far away.
but I would be, you know, if somebody asked you right now, like I am, what is the song that you would want to promote, that you would want somebody like the bass player or somebody like Adam to go ahead and put out there and react to?
Oh,
And then, you know, and then that's the one you can do.
I don't know. My previous
He's very
videos-
persuasive.
Most of my previous videos were multi-instrumental projects. and
Right.
I never
Sure.
did them only with the guitar. I don't know if that would be possible.
Sarah Unplugged. Isn't that what they call it?
I don't know. I'm trying not to inhale my drink here.
Like on MTV, it's like MTV Unplugged, or it's like this person unplugged. That's when they do it acoustic versus having the band with them.
May I ask why YouTube Dad sounds as though he is speaking through a small microphone? Yes, because we are breaking up the earpiece sets and it is coming across between both microphones.
And my voice is bad anyway.
And his voice is bad anyway. So
I just got out of a therapy session. So,
yeah, so it's,
you know,
to answer the question easily, we'll blame it on technology, and it's because we've split up our headphones.
if I get closer to you, well,
Now you look like Dylan, my best friend, who this is his signature move. Yeah, that's his signature move with him. So not hitting you in the head, but putting his head on your shoulder. But yeah, that's the easiest thing that I can say is to blame technology. Hey Luis, Mike is saying you have a sweet smile, Shiara.
Thank you.
And then let's see, and a sweet personality.
Thank you.
Well,
It's a nice thing to hear.
it's always flattering to hear.
yeah, you used to tell me that.
I used to tell you what.
Then I had a nice personality.
I don't tell you that anymore.
No,
Oh, my bad. I was 10 when I told you that.
yeah. Till you found out that all parents have no clues to what they're talking about.
Yeah,
you
well,
stopped.
yeah,
Then you stopped complimenting me.
Well, I mean, that kind of comes with being 17 at the time too. So, let's see. At the end of this video, can you let me know where the video is for your reaction to her so I may watch it? It was actually one of our last reactions that we have done. If you go onto the channel, and I will actually bring it up right now. If you go onto the channel, you'll see that the last couple of videos have been the military videos, but before that, Actually, yeah, the last 2 reactions we did was her collab with Emily with You've Got a Friend, the Carole King cover, and her Lay Down Sally by Eric Clapton cover. So they're the last reactions that are on the page.
That was awesome.
So
Yeah.
which one?
Mhm.
Both of them.
Well, Lay Down Sally was really cool for me because I like the bass line. I like the bass line through that whole thing. That's what makes the song.
Let's see. Gary's saying, "Hi Shiara, I like the Little Beatles ditty you did, or you do."
Oh, you mean Her Majesty?
Her Majesty. I know
Or-
Her Majesty. The very last song on
Abbey
Abbey
Road.
Road. Yeah.
I think we've got like 2 or 3 Abbey Roads that are over there.
The very last snippet that they put on the very end. It was supposed to actually be a longer song, and McCartney couldn't figure out what to do with it.
So we just cut it.
So it's just this little. So it turned out to just be this little thing called Her Majesty, and they threw it on the end.
Yeah, that was thought as a little surprise for people who really watch until the end, because that's something a lot of musicians on YouTube struggle with, that people are clicking away after like 2 minutes and nobody really watches until the end, which is sad.
It is.
It's just like all the Marvel stuff with all the end scene credits and everything, or the post credit scenes and everything, where you've literally got to wait until the end of the credits to see this 30-second scene that'll give you a preview into the next thing, or it may not mean anything at all. You know.
Well, her little Beatles ditty is was cool. That was a little cool thing that he threw in the end, because he didn't have any place else to put it. It wasn't long enough to be a song. So anyway,
I like it.
I mean, I've heard songs that are down to maybe 2 minutes, but that's like half a song at that point.
I don't even think it's 2 minutes long.
Her Majesty.
Yeah.
Her Majesty is
It's
24
like,
seconds
it's like 24
long.
seconds, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's what makes it so special.
And that's only 24 seconds long.
Well, no.
There's a really cool version by I don't know the name, but if you search for Her Majesty, there's a cover, and it really sounds like the original, but it's way longer, and it has really funny lyrics. It's a cool version.
You've got a thought. What's your thought? Whenever you go like this, you've got a thought. What's your thought?
No, when somebody hears something that's only 24, 25 seconds long, and they think it's really cool, that's a you know how you have a photographer who just sees something and they say, and you're looking at it like going, what the heck are you even looking at? And they see something special in whatever it is. Musicians are the same way. Only it's not a photographer's eye that they have. It's more like a musician's ear that they have. And they just go, yeah. And they get that little smirk. See that little smirk? Because she's starting with that. Okay.
Because she knows what you're talking about.
Because she knows. And you just hear that little snippet and you go, that is really cool. Or you hear, that's where you have guys who are listening to other songs or whatever, and they hear a bass line that they say is really cool, or they hear this, or they just pick up on something.
And the majority of the time, it is what it nobody else can see or can hear what they hear. Right,
exactly.
Nobody else, here's exactly what they hear.
When you have somebody say it's only 24 seconds long, but it's really cool. That's they've got that ear. Just saying.
It's just like with you and Jim, where you'd be in the middle of doing something and he would just say,
He,
now we're gonna do this thing. It's like, well, how does this even correlate to this? One of his old writing buds
I was
from
so
back in the day.
I was so mad in one of the sessions. I went in his studio, and I was so I won't go into the story of why I was mad, but
It's probably over some dumb reason.
it was, and I won't mention her name.
Oh,
And
great,
anyway,
great.
but any,
Yeah,
anyway,
that's like
he
the
hands
source
me-
of all guys'
and-
problems. No, sorry.
Anyway, he hands me this Nerf ball,
A Nerf ball.
so that I could throw it, and if I hit any of his equipment, it wouldn't hurt it.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he always had Nerf balls there for me to throw. And I went in and I was just totally ticked off. And he's sitting there and he's writing this whole time. He's writing. And I'm going, you're not even listening to me. He goes, I am listening to you. I said, no, you're not listening to me. And I'm ranting and raving, and he keeps writing.
And he's writing down what you're ranting and raving.
What are you doing? He goes, I said, what are you doing? And he goes, we just wrote a song. What do you mean we just wrote a song? And he picks up his guitar and he starts playing this, and he's playing these lyrics of, basically of what I had been ranting and raving about. And it was 8 hours later, we had all the tracks laid down and the copyright form was filled out and ready to go in the mail.
And he wrote down what you were ranting and raving about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The song was called It's Still, let's see, We've Still Got Tomorrow If We Just Get Through Today. Because he was because he kept trying to tell me to calm down, hey, the sun's always going to come up tomorrow. Just wait, you'll see the sun. And then he goes, oh, the sun always comes up tomorrow. Just wait and see. And he writes it down, and all of a sudden he's writing lyrics, off of it. So you never know what a musician is going to hear, is the moral of the story. So, so she's a true musician, hears stuff like that, and that's where they get their inspiration from. Okay, it's not my live stream, it's your live stream. Shut up, Dad.
Lily asked, and she said, if you don't want to answer this question, you don't have to, but how old are you? You look close to be around TBP's age and my age, around the 20-ish area.
Almost. I'm 19. You too? Are you 19
Yeah.
too?
Yeah.
So Lily had it pegged.
Yeah, Lily was right on it.
Lily
Was right on it. Julian, I believe he's from Germany too, is he not?
Julian is
Yeah.
Julian.
Yeah, Julian. Okay,
Hey, Julian.
so Julian is the son of Stefan, who is one of our viewers from Germany. I'm not quite sure what part in Germany. But Stefan's not on here, but Julian is what, like 8?
Ask
Julian,
how old are you?
I believe Julian is like 8. So yeah, so he was saying, you're very pretty, Chiara.
Thank you. That's nice.
So you got a younger fan base.
Let's see.
Did I hear her say also that she one of her influencers was Stevie Nicks? Did I hear that?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's cool. Stevie Nicks has influenced a lot of people.
You and he can talk about music all day long.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in case you trying to figure out where Stevie Nicks is from.
No, I think we did
one.
A Fleetwood Mac.
We did one of her specifically singing.
Yeah.
So
Let's see. Are you planning any more covers of Carole King? She's a favorite of mine.
Oh, that's what Leslie-
Not yet, but I mean, she's awesome. Why not?
If you've got any requests, I guess throw them in the comments.
Carole King seems like she would be, because she did most of her stuff on piano, right? And she seems like she would be easy to cover with just a guitar. Not with, not with a whole lot of,
Hmm.
background stuff. James Taylor did a lot of Carole King stuff.
Yeah, they work together.
Yeah.
So
Let's see. What kind of music do you like?
classic rock, metal, but only I don't really listen to modern metal. I love Metallica, Iron Maiden, and all those other bands. I really love classical music. I really, really do. I think my taste in music in a nutshell would be Led Zeppelin.
Wow.
Yeah.
So through that, we can see where and what era and what decades.
Yeah.
Yeah. 70s, 80s rock
Mm-hmm.
and classical rock. And
classic.
And
just
classic, yeah.
just classical music in
Mhm.
itself. Because a lot of rock and roll emerged out of classical music.
Yeah.
It really did. So
let's see,
what else you got?
in 4 days, Julian will be 8. In 4 days.
Well, because of the time difference, happy early birthday, Julian.
It's not 4 days from now. They're not that far. They're about 6 hours.
Well, I know, but we may not be on.
Oh no, we're not going to be on.
We
in
may not
4
be on.
days.
We may not be on
Most
when
of
he
it's about
turns
Saturday.
his birthday.
That'd be Saturday.
So we
Yeah.
need to say happy birthday to Julian.
Well, happy birthday, Julian.
Everybody needs to say happy
That's
birthday.
what they're doing in the comments.
All
They're all
right.
telling Julian happy birthday.
All right, wonderful. He's kind of our little mascot,
Sure.
Well, maybe mascot isn't the word, but when we do our normal live streams,
Yeah.
and it's like 2 a.m. in Germany.
Yeah, and he's on for some reason.
Julian says, "Dad, I can't sleep," and then we start talking to Julian. It's
This 7-year-old that needs to be asleep. When we were 7, we had to be in bed at 9.
Yeah, me too.
So why on earth is this
So-
7-year-old being up at 3 a.m. on a live stream, no less?
and he's become kind of everybody's little favorite,
Like everybody's little brother.
Yeah, little brother.
Little brother.
Little brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huston's asking, do you have some connection to classical music? Do you play a classical instrument or sing opera at all?
Yeah, I do sing opera. Not right now, obviously, because there's nothing going on in the opera right now. But I started playing the classical piano when I was about 4 or 5 years old until now.
I was a year before that.
Oh, okay.
They started me playing piano and piano lessons when I was 3.
Mm.
So it didn't stick. It didn't stick. I could never figure out the bass part. Same with you. Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing when it's actually pieced together and it sounds good versus this tiny little 3-year-old that can't figure out the bass line on the left hand. So,
Well, I mean, what do you expect from a 3-year-old?
well, that too.
You only have so much of a reach.
Yeah, it's like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Mm.
see. Classical music is the foundation of all music.
It's true. Came along
True.
way before Jimi Hendrix did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know?
Which
true.
musical instrument do you prefer playing, guitar or piano?
Guitar,
Good question.
actually. And I cannot really say why. But I realized, I mean, I started playing the guitar way later than playing piano. I started when I was 12, 13 years old. And I improved so much quicker on guitar because it's just my thing.
I get
I-
that. I get that.
That's cool.
So yeah,
I started playing piano when I was 3 years old, and nothing ever clicked until I started playing trumpet in the 6th grade, and that made piano at least a little bit easier. But I actually had a teacher that would like connect all the dots for me and actually, tell me, what things meant and everything like that. And it all kind of came together.
You learned how to read music.
Yes, I didn't
So you
really
work
know
with,
how to read music.
So did you work with sheets or not?
With
Music sheets, reading music.
yeah. So let's see. When I was starting and doing the piano lessons and everything like that, I learned out of a book that she had. And let's see, it was a green book and a red book and a purple book or whatever. And it was all the exercises. And we went out of those, and that all had the music sheets and exercises and everything in it. But it never really stuck, and I never grasped the actual, what I was supposed to be learning through the whole thing. And then when I joined my middle school and started playing trumpet, my teacher actually dove in a little bit deeper to help explain everything to me. So then I started to catch on at that point a little bit more, and it progressively went, farther and farther and farther. But when when we would go over music in class, I was actually connecting the dots, saying this is the same music that I've been playing here for 10 years, or whatever it is. So yeah, if that kind of answers the question at all, probably doesn't, but yes, to answer the question, I did have sheet music and everything, but I just never understood it until I started
other instruments.
until I started with other instruments. Get
that.
Oh, Stefan just jumped on and said hello, son.
Well, we have this hello, father.
Oh, hello, father.
And now we have hello, son.
Oh God.
Austin wanted to know if I have a song where I use the piano. Yes, I do. I covered Jealous Guy by John Lennon, but that's my only piano cover, because I never used the piano for singing before, because like I said, I only did classical stuff all my life. So that was a fun experience, but sadly I would love to do more with piano, but the piano we have is more than 100 years old, and you can definitely hear that. So it wouldn't sound so nice on recordings. And the piano I used there was from my friend, and I cannot use it anytime. So
that piano is what? That's 60.
Yeah.
Yeah. The piano we have is about 60 years old.
A lot of John Lennon stuff, especially his the the newer stuff, like off of Double Fantasy and stuff like that, you can do on piano. There's so much that he did on piano that people don't realize. Everybody's used to seeing John Lennon playing his guitar and bouncing up and down as he's playing and all this other kind of stuff. They're not used to his piano stuff. And he had a lot of stuff on the piano.
You guys
So,
get going.
so yeah, he can wait.
Oh, my bad. His thing starts at 3.
This thing starts at 3.
Yeah,
I don't get him till 2:30.
My bad. I thought, okay. No, he's got to get going at some point to pick up my little brother, but I thought it started at 2. And I was looking at the clock, and yeah, I thought the event started at 2. I didn't remember it started at 3. Let's see. I'm looking at the comments. Shara, do your parents play any instruments? Did they introduce you to Metallica?
Nope. All right. My parents are the most unmusical people ever. Really. When I was a baby, my mom used to sing me lullabies, and I couldn't barely talk, but I could tell her to stop because it was so horrible.
Oh.
I'm glad at this point that she doesn't understand English.
And you're glad she's not watching this stream.
I don't know, maybe she does, but she doesn't understand anything. My parents did not really influence me musical wise. Yeah. That's actually, I don't know where it's coming from.
I was going to say, what do you is there any specific thing that you remember that, kind of got that seed planted? I mean, maybe somebody with a good voice,
Yes. When I was a child, like 4 or 5 years old, we used to listen to Katie Milua into our car. I talked about her before. And I really loved her music and her voice. And even though I didn't understand anything she sang, of course, in English, I just started imitating what she's doing. And well, I think that was the beginning of everything. I had so much fun in the songs.
That's pretty cool.
And singing things in English, I've been told, help a lot of musicians understand the language a lot easier.
Really?
Than vice versa, than if they don't.
And
pronouncing words and stuff like that, right? Because we touched on this the other day, and I said that I've heard that English is one of the most difficult languages to learn. And you said, well, it wasn't really for you. I think imitating and having those English songs that you really liked helped that. And like you said, helped the pronunciations and helped you understand the meanings of things. And it probably made it a lot easier for you that way than someone who, just starting out or whatever. Because English can be a complicated language. It really can, especially when you get to people who can't talk right. Just go in the South, you'll figure that out.
Like half of the Americans.
Like half the Americans who can't talk.
Who can't speak English.
Oh my God. Mike is asking, do you have any musical relatives, perhaps?
What exactly is meant by that?
Do you have any relatives that
were there aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, anybody who might have helped with that musical influence?
Right.
I think.
Sure. Well, when I was 12 years old or something like that, my guitar teacher formed a band with some of his students, and in this band we played Nothing Else Matters, Stairway to Heaven, California Dreaming, and stuff like that. And that was pretty much the time I really got into classic rock. So I think even though we don't really have the exact same taste in music, he influenced me a lot, I guess.
Well, I like all the songs that she mentioned, so you know.
That just means they're really good songs. If they can appeal to someone who's, you know, right now 19, but at that point was, you know, 12, 13, 14 years old, whatever it is, and someone who is in their 50s at that point, or 40s at that point, or whatever, 60s now, you know, that means it's good music. If it can influence a wide variety of
Sure.
age groups.
Sure.
Is how I think I'm trying to say this.
I think it's cool that people who are 19 are influenced by music that influenced me
when you were a kid.
When I, you know, back at that point. Yeah,
back in the 1960s
well,
and 70s.
I mean, it's that circle thing.
Yeah.
You know, I think anyway. I mean, because I would be thinking that you would be into all kinds of stuff that, you know, all kinds of stuff that I just, you know, would find atrocious nowadays.
If you want to talk about anything that was written from 2000 and up, think otherwise, because it's just not.
To be fair, and I've always said this: number one, who can write lyrics, one who can, and I don't really care what genre it's in. To be honest with you, I mean, even the ones that I just asked, talent there. Somebody has the talent to be able to do that stuff, and doesn't mean I have to like it. You know, it doesn't mean I have to listen to it, but you know, so from the year 2000 and on up, so music from the last 20 years,
yeah,
you know, there have been some absolutely fantastic performers in the last 20 years.
Lean into the mic. Let's do this. See if we get them any closer.
There have been I mean, a lot of people who have come along in the last 20 years, okay, who are, you know, who are fantastic performers, you know, or fantastic, you know, artists, okay,
right?
And you know, so I can't say that, you know, I can't just down everybody in the last 20 years, because there's a lot of great acts and a lot of great artists that are out there. There's a lot of them that, you know, as soon as I hear them,
you're going to click off of,
or the channel gets changed, or whatever it is.
Right, but I think that's the genre of music.
But things have changed, definitely. Yeah. Things have changed definitely since the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
I think the mic is going through my mic. It's not going through yours, so you can hear her. But
so I have to
scream into my ear.
So I have to look like I'm gonna kiss you or something.
So you have to scream into my ear for everyone to be able to hear you. Adam asked a little bit earlier, how do you approach writing your own music?
Like, what's the process, or
how do you go about writing your own music? Like, what's the mentality
when you get whatever the influence is, whatever you've heard that you've said that would be cool to write about? Okay, you've got the influence. Now what do you do with it to turn it into a song?
I did not really figure that out yet. It's always happening differently. I mean, I wrote about 3 songs at this point, and they are all pretty different, like really different. And I don't know, mostly I start off with the lyrics because I've got the influence, and then first I want to turn that into a beautiful lyrics, and then I just start to play around with some chords and start to build my own melodies and sing along a little. And I don't know, it's just trusting the process. I don't really have a ritual or something.
I mean, I totally understand what she's saying, because for me, I wrote the lyric first. Okay. And that gave me the feeling of, would this sound better with harder music, or would it be more of a ballad or something like that? And then that would influence that, I suppose. See, I didn't write the music, so that I would suppose would influence as to what direction I would go, with the music, with the type of chords, because if you're playing electric guitar, you're into power chords.
Mm-hmm.
If this is going to be a ballad, you might pick up your acoustic and play, I don't know, softer chords,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing. And then everything kind of extends out of that. Now, the guy I was talking about earlier with the Nerf balls,
Mm-hmm.
he can't write the lyrics first. He always writes the melody, or he always writes music first. He hears this music in his head, and then he puts lyrics to the music. And I'm the complete opposite. That's why, we complemented each other. The only problem with that is that I would write the lyric. And yeah, I'm not getting cozy with you.
No, you're not.
I would write the lyric and give it to him. And in my head, it was a beautiful ballad. And when the music came back, he had some of the most kick butt rock and roll that would get.
It's like, that's so not what I wrote it to.
But
it worked.
But it worked.
Right.
So it's really. So I understand what she's saying about writing those lyrics first, getting the feeling from those lyrics, and because that's going to me, that would dictate how the music would go. So
yeah.
So is that kind of, you keep turning your head. Is that
she can still hear you?
Oh, okay.
It's only when I do this that now nobody can hear you.
Okay, now get over here. So, is that kind of, how you kind of feel when you're, when you've done these lyrics, and then,
yeah,
I think the inner feeling with why you wrote the lyric in the first place actually kind of pulls the music in a certain direction.
Most times as soon as I finish the lyrics, I kind of hear the song in my head already, even though I know what kind of chords I'm going to use. I have an idea of what it's going to sound like, and then I'm just gonna try to recreate that idea.
Right.
That's all.
Very
about
cool. It. Very cool. So
but
there's no master plan, in regard to when you're writing. There isn't, a particular, you kind of just let everything take you where it's going to take you versus I don't know, versus having a certain ritual that you do each time that
right.
So that's cool.
So I got a question for you. Do you learn more by ear or by what's the other
I
one?
mean, playing
Yeah. Well, yeah, like
playing by ear versus
yeah.
actually music
Yeah.
wise.
Yeah. Have you ever heard the term playing by ear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you mean listening to a song and then just copy it?
Well, see, like for my little brother, I think that he tends to lean more by learning it by ear, to where if he hears the sound, he wants to recreate that sound, and then he can form music around that versus actually reading the
Reading the
paper and reading the music and knowing exactly, how things are supposed to sound.
I don't read music. I don't use that. Everything I do is learned by ear, all of it.
It's in her head.
I think
Awesome.
music is coming from your heart and not from a piece of paper.
That's
You know what I mean?
that's the bottom line of it all.
Oh, I know what she means. Sorry,
Because
if I'm looking down, I was responding to a comment. I'm sorry. I'm listening.
Fine.
I promise I'm listening. But no, I know what you mean. No, Lily
People,
was saying YouTube dad is so cute when he is 100% clueless, and I said, "What do you mean when he's 100% clueless?" I don't understand what she's meaning by that.
I don't either.
It's probably one of, I don't know. Mike was saying a catchy melody is first and the rest follows, according to Ryan Tedder. I'm not quite sure who Ryan Tedder is, but
that's the lead singer from One Republic. I think.
oh,
Not that I
Oh.
listen to One Republic, but I somehow just know that.
but you know who he is. I mean, and then there's me where, I'll hear the song or whatever, and I have no idea who the heck is singing it. All I know is that it's a good song, but I have no idea who the heck is singing it. When he asked that question, he was falling all over his words.
Maybe in Hawaii I was. I
don't know. Hi, this is Alfred from Germany. Shiara, this might be off topic, but I was wondering if you know singers like Deva Premal and Ajit Kaur. I don't know how to say that last name. Kaur.
Never. No.
Okay. Deva sings mantras and Ajit mixes own songwriting and mantra song styles. Do you sing mantras, or could you imagine singing mantras? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, that would be a question. That would be a question for you, because I have no idea.
I'm not so sure about what that is either. Isn't that this like Indian thing?
Mantra. She may be on it. You'd have to look it up.
I don't know. Alfred, can you elaborate a little bit? Because I think we're both a little puzzled here.
And I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to sound clueless.
Let's see. Mantras is very hard to sing correctly if you know what you're singing to begin with. Sorry. Pure talent to be able to play by ear.
Thank you. But I've never done it differently. I mean, when I started playing piano, I had a very, very strict Russian teacher, and she wanted me to learn reading music sheets and reading music. But for some reason, I just couldn't do it. Because once I've learned a song, it's in my head. I can play it. And I never really needed that for some reason. That was a pretty hard time with this teacher because she didn't understand that.
Yeah, I've had a couple of teachers that were like that, especially in my middle school, where there was one kid who could not read music, and he was total learning by ear. If he heard a sound, he would replicate it, and I knew, or he would mimic it, and I knew exactly what he was doing. But and it was a substitute teacher, and she had no idea. She's just like, "Hey, that kid, isn't looking at his music. He isn't, where's your music? Where's this? Where's that?" And he's like, "I don't have any music because that's not how I learn." And let's just say that substitute teacher no longer substituted for that music class.
Mhm.
Because it just didn't go over very well, and a few choice words were said towards the student, and that substitute no longer teaches that class anymore, all because she couldn't understand why he didn't have any music and how he learned. Hey Maya, how are you doing?
Yeah, she was right. Mantra is Indian or Buddhist.
Okay. Let's see. Alfred was saying, he was saying it's like really repetitive songs from ancient times.
Right. And they just keep repeating. They're supposed to be, from what I'm seeing on here, a lot of it, it's relaxation
Okay.
music.
Yes, it's like, yeah, I
Meditation
think I
music.
know what that is, but I did not really deal with that.
Lily is saying it is similar to throat singing.
Oh God, I never tried that before.
I wouldn't even attempt it, but then again, I can't sing worth anything, so I wouldn't even attempt it. No, I give anybody props who can sing, and then accompany that with piano and acoustic guitar, and it's set for me. Like that's because it's three things I've never been able to do: sing, play piano, play acoustic guitar. So if you throw all of them together, it's like, all right, I'm good. I'm good. Tuvon throat singing. He's
I was
looking.
looking up throat singing.
Yeah, he's looking up throat singing because he doesn't know, because we're not singers. He was a tuba player and a baritone player and a percussionist when he wanted to be.
Percussionist.
So he was a percussionist and a tuba and baritone player when he wanted to be. And then I was a trumpet player in high school. And I think, let's see, we had one show that we sang in, and we hated it.
That's okay, because we didn't like listening to it.
Thank you. You had 120 band kids who couldn't sing, who had to sing in this marching show, and yeah, nobody liked it. And it was old Egyptian music too, and nobody liked it.
Oh, was that in the Sahara?
That was in the Sahara show. Yeah, so yeah, we didn't like that very much. We were in the same boat with you, where we didn't like listening to it and we didn't like doing it. And it's one of my least favorite shows that we ever did because of that thing. If you've ever seen the movie Aladdin, my marching show my freshman year of high school, we did like soundtracks to that movie. So
Wow, really?
yeah, I think it was Aladdin.
The new Disney movie.
The original one.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. I
But
think I'm pretty sure it was Aladdin.
That's really old, isn't it?
Now you're making me feel old here.
Now you're making me feel old.
No, I mean,
I think it was 1992. The original one was 1992.
That was such an awesome movie, though.
With Robin Williams was in that one.
As the genie.
Yep. Musical family from 1992.
Hysterically funny.
I'm pretty sure that we took the soundtrack out of that movie and played some of it.
Cool.
Yeah. I haven't seen it since the early 2000s when I grew up with it. But and it's on Disney Plus. Cool. I can watch that when I actually feel like watching it. What do you
The
have?
one thing it says about throat singing
Uh-huh.
is that it is
Quite bad for you.
extremely bad on your vocal cords.
Yeah, so there's no throat singing for you.
Yeah, none at all.
For me neither.
It results in vocal nodes that, make you sound like this, that people have to get
Mhm.
taken out, right?
An overblown vocal.
Folds.
Mhm. Short
That's-
answer, wouldn't recommend it at all.
That's what I'm going through.
With your,
Not the nodes, but the vocal folds.
yeah. And you didn't do anything.
And I definitely didn't throat sing. That's for
No,
sure.
didn't throat sing, didn't smoke, didn't vape, I mean, you had some weed back in the 80s, but other than that, 70s, okay, back
and
in
80s,
and 80s, okay, so you had some weed back in the day, but
maybe a little in the 90s. Might have been, could have been.
we're dating Karen. No.
Oh, heck no. Heck no.
Let's see.
What else you got on
Let's
there?
see. Lily was saying, I'm not sure if you'll like it. Anyone who hears it either likes it a lot or hates it.
That's the throat singing.
Yeah. Her reaction to that comment was priceless. She knows how hard it is. Is your group Four Tunes still active? No.
I think that was a question for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not really, because
Mm.
well, our main thing was always street performances, but I mean, that's possible right now, and I mean, there's
Okay.
no really a point of
Sometimes.
practicing right now. We do
Gotta leave, guys.
we make music privately. Bye.
Bye.
Now I gotta find my
Shoes.
I got my shoes. Gotta find my keys.
It's got to find your keys.
No, I don't want your.
Use the key.
I don't want your keys.
It works. It works just as well as yours does. It's to the same car.
Yes, dear.
It's to the same car. Both keys are programmed to the same car.
Chiara, I can't hear you, but it's been a pleasure. I have to leave. But
It's nice to meet you.
Pleasure. Hope to talk to you again.
For me too.
If
Bye.
Okay, you can be the interpreter.
Yeah, she said me too. Bye.
Okay.
If you're speaking German, I would have no idea what you're saying. I think Debbie can speak German.
Guten Tag.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? That is
Mhm.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Good day, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What can I say? That's the only thing my mom ever taught me.
And how to sing Silent Night in German.
I did have to sing Silent Night in German.
Every Christmas you sing Silent Night in German.
Just the first verse.
Just the first verse.
Just the first verse.
Okay. If you pick that first verse apart and find the words, you can probably make complete sentences out of them.
You're an idiot.
I'm an idiot? Really? Songs are made out of words
Anyway,
that if you rearrange can make other sentences.
you sound like Julianne with the sound of music right now.
Great.
So, anyway, okay.
Go pick up the kid. All right.
How old is your brother?
Which one? The one that he's going to pick up or the other two?
Oh, okay.
I've got three brothers. I've got one who is 31 or 32 or something like that. I lost track when he hit 30.
Okay.
I've got my second older brother who's upstairs, who is going to be 21 in 8 days.
Mm-hmm.
And my little brother is 15, who is turning 16 and the beginning of May, the first weekend after I leave for the military, which is going to suck. But You know, you have to make sacrifices somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leslie, no
It-
family fighting. Oh, what's that? Those are Ryan's. Those are Ryan's. He took them out of his pocket last night trying to find his mask.
Okay, I was trying to figure out what the heck these were doing.
Yeah, those are Ryan's.
Okay.
Okay.
That somebody found them out here and put them in my car.
Yeah, I did. They were on the side of the street. The dog peed on them. He found he found a pair of gloves in his car that he thought that he didn't know who they were, and yeah, I was joking around with them. Good, but they were my brothers from last night. Leslie was saying 317-537 Macintosh. That's Leslie. Yeah, no family fighting. Leslie, you know us. You know there's always going to be family fighting because we're two dudes who live in the same house. There's always going to be fighting. I think Julian's saying good night. Is that what he just said? Chiara? If you can see
Yes.
that?
Yeah.
You just say good night? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gute Nacht.
Yeah, you can
What
be
does
Julian.
German sound like to Americans? That's a question I always ask myself. What does German sound for not German speakers?
Say something in German, I'll let you know.
Okay, ja. Hallo, ich bin Chiara und ich bin gerade in einem Livestream zusammen mit The Bass Player und oh God, I don't know what to say.
Okay, so I picked out a few words in there. I picked out hello, I picked out live stream, and the bass player.
Nice. Good job.
So after that, I can kind of piece together kind of sort of what you said. It sounds first thing, and this is gonna sound really obvious, but first thing that comes to my mind is foreign, and that's like so obvious, but growing up, we learned like a little bit. Yeah, it sounds German. Growing up, you know, we learned you know, some Spanish here, some German there, some French here, or whatever. And in movies, we learned accents, or what most accents somewhat sound like through you know, movies and films. So like you know, like hola, como está, you know, me llamo Brennan, you know, whatever, that's obviously Spanish, but you learn to pick up on it, you know, or you learn to pick up on the accent, or like oui, you know, that's obviously French, you know, you learn to pick up on it. So I can't really tell you what it's like for someone who doesn't, who can't tell the difference between them. For me, if you know, if I saw someone talking on the side, or if I heard someone talking or whatever, obviously I wouldn't be able to hear what they were saying, but I would more than likely be able to pick out that, hey, you know, that's probably German based on, you know, whatever accent it is. And of course, I mean, I call them, or I learned them as cognates between English and Spanish, the words that kind of sound similar to each other, that you can pick them out. Yeah, so that's why I said when you were saying that, you know, I could pick out hello, live stream, and bass player, you know, because they were kind of sort of similar.
There are a lot of similar words to English.
But how it sounds to someone who doesn't speak it, for me at least, I learned how to pick up somewhat of an accent to try to distinguish it a little bit, if that helps answer the question at all.
Yeah.
Mike is saying you have a lovely accent. Lily is going to be brutally honest here and says it has sort of a clearing of the throat sound.
That's what I hear so often. really. That most people say that it sounds aggressive, and I cannot really relate to this because we're not aggressive.
It may just be the tone and how it comes out, and that's probably just how it is, and people just have to get used to it and realize that, hey, you know, when they're talking, they're not yelling at me. That's just how they you know, learn to talk. I understood that it hurts my brain writing and listening to English. Yes, obviously, Julian, like I said earlier, you're 7, you're turning 8. Everything is going to sound complicated. Everything is going to sound like it hurts your head, because I mean, even when, you know, we're adults, here's just a heads up from when you're an adult, people who can't talk right, it does hurt your head that they can't talk right. So that's not going to go away anytime soon. You're just going to be able to understand more in that, how it's supposed to be, and how people who can't talk right, it does hurt. Leslie saying it's not aggressive when Shiara speaks.
Aw.
But oh man. But it was speaking of accents, like, it was fun for me when I went to Europe oh god, now it's coming up on 2 years. That's weird to think of, because the entire year of 2020 was just like not there. So like we just don't talk about that.
Yeah.
But in July of 2019, I went to Greece for a trip, and I had a layover in France. And when it was interesting seeing how other people you know, spoke and did their day-to-day lives, you know, because it's something that, you know, you may not be used to. And it was all it's fascinating at some points, and that's why I love travel. I went to Guatemala in 2017, and seeing everyone speak in Spanish, and the different accents, and then in France, you know, I never left the airport, but for my layover, but you know, of course, you have a bunch of French people, you know, speaking, and you get to experience all that. And then in Greece, you know, I don't really know how to explain a Greek accent, but I guess it's always fun for me trying to guess what they're trying to say.
Yeah, I see.
If you've ever seen on YouTube the Whisper Challenge, where someone has headphones on, and they're like blasting music in their ears, and
Oh yeah.
the other person's talking, and you're trying to
I've
guess
seen
what they're
that.
trying to say. Yeah, that's like the only way that I can equivalent the two of them. You know, just trying to figure out what they're trying to say. It can be fun. It can be really fun, but it can also be really detrimental if you're saying, are you saying this, and it's completely wrong. So you got to be careful, but it's always yeah, it's always interesting. It's always interesting.
Yeah, I
One
love
place
languages.
right, one place I really want to go to is Ramstein. That's one place it's one place where I want to be stationed at overseas, that I'd love to be stationed at, because we have an air base in Ramstein.
Okay, yeah, I know.
So, huh?
I've never been there.
You've never been to Ramstein? Gotcha. Let's see. Lily's saying not aggressive. I was not sure how to spell the word, but shall I try? Filmy?
What?
Maybe better if I spelled it filmy. I know that is not correct, but it's easier to figure it out that way. Not really. I'm still not entirely sure. You're looking for a word and you don't know what the word is. And I totally understand that, because there are a lot of times where, you know, we can get in conversations or whatever, and it's like, I know there's a word for this, but I don't know what the word is, and it's hard trying to figure out what the word
I hate
is.
that situation.
Oh, it's terrible. If Dad were
It's
here, he'd
terrible.
probably be able to figure out what word you were trying to get. That's what's so great about when Dad and I would do reactions is that, you know, like if he was getting lost in a train of thought, I would, you know, come in with, you know, something else. Or if I was trying to find something, he would always find the answer to it.
Mm,
Film, Phlim. Flim.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me try Google because Google always has the answers. Fem? No. Well, I'm not using that Urban Dictionary definition because that's not right and that can be very insulting. So, but Urban Dictionary is always really fun if you know what you're looking for. Let's see. That's exactly what the next one that I was looking for, Leslie. Yeah. So the only way that I would be able to, yeah, the only way that I would be able to equivalent that to is to that raspy kind of that we were talking about earlier.
Mm,
Crud in the throat. Yeah. Is I think the best way to say that because the definition of that is very can be very disturbing and cannot come across the right way. But then it says, i.e., when someone is suffering from a cold. So that
mm,
actually, that is probably one of the best ways that I could say that. But phlegm, that's what it is, phlegm.
never
But I
heard.
think the raspiness is a good way to say it. Having a raspy type of voice. Yeah. I think that would be one of the easiest ways to say it.
I don't know. I don't have a raspy voice. I wish I had a raspy voice for singing. I love raspy voices. Oh my God.
Well, no, I think that Lily was just referring to German. Like, you know how we were
Yeah.
talking about, like it could be, you know, sounding like it's aggressive, you know, or something like that. I think she
Mm,
was trying to find another word for it. But yeah, and then she's saying, yeah, it's not a good definition. No, it's not a good definition. Because in a non-graphic way, it can translate to just crud in the throat
mm,
in a very non-graphic way. Because if you look up the actual definition of it, it can be very, very graphic and not come across the right way. So
uh,
yeah. But I think that goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Let's
right.
see. Do y'all have any other
Question.
questions? Yeah. We have been on for an hour and a half. Can you believe that? It has
No.
already been an hour and a half. It does not feel like it's been an hour and a half.
Mm-mm.
Smoke and
Right.
drink to get raspy voice. Yes. That's what you
No,
smoke.
I'm sorry.
No,
No,
no, no, no. I'm not saying that for you. Just a lot of when you smoke and when you drink, you can get a raspy voice, and that's not a good thing. So
Mm-mm.
no, it's not a good way to get that.
No.
Lily, I'm not now. I don't understand. I've never heard a Jewish person speak actually, so I can't relate to that. Yeah, Robert. Yeah, buildup of mucus in the throat. Yeah, I know what Lily's trying to say, but I don't think the way that she's saying it is coming across right. I think that's what's going on. But yeah, if y'all have any other questions, anything towards me, anything towards Shiara, anything about music, How do you get along with Instagram?
Is that a question for me?
I guess.
Well, I try to avoid social media as long as possible because I hate social media. I just don't love I don't like this modern lifestyle. You know what I mean, kind of.
Digital
Uh,
lifestyle.
yeah. Um, but I kind of got talked into it, and because if you want to be a successful musician nowadays, you need to have that platforms. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So I started, and I mean, I don't use it privately. I start to make a post every second day or something like that, and that's it.
Yeah. I totally get that. Let's see. He said in comparison to using YouTube. But I think that kind of comes with what you were saying, where it's not really private. Um, and I mean, I have that. I've got, you know, the bass player Instagram that we've chatted through, but I also have my private Instagram that I have like all my friends on and everything, and I hardly post on there. I put out a post 3 days ago, and that was the first time since June of 2020 that I had put a post out on there. Because, you know, I comment, I like people's posts, I'll share stories or whatever, but I don't post anything, you know, because that's just not the type of person I am. But you're right, with the industry and how it is today and the digital age of marketing and all that stuff, you know, in order to get your name out there, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Sadly, I really try to avoid it, but what do you want to do?
Yeah. Lily has said this a few times, but who styled Chiara's hair? It is very pretty.
Um, Nobody. I just I came home from work. I took a little shower. I dried it, and that's it.
So it's just naturally straight then.
Yeah, it is.
Versus how
But
my hair used to be, and it was insanely curly. If you'd believe, at one point I actually had golden blonde hair down to my shoulders. So
I know. I've seen it
life
in videos.
feels like a lifetime ago. When I did my end of 2020 year in review, I had a comparison of me now versus me at January 1st of 2020 with hair all the way down to my shoulders, golden blonde. Yeah, and now it's, or like bright blonde, and now it's turning golden, darker, turning brown.
But that's all natural.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's darker, but then it's lighter on the back, kind of, sort of. You can't see it because the light sucks. But yeah, it was all natural. It is all natural. When it was super bright, it was natural. Not a lot of people could believe that, but a guy with insanely bright blonde hair, long blonde hair.
Right.
My hair would never just do that on its own. Actually, I'm going to move the computer real quick because there was a photo in underneath what I am holding the computer on, because I am makeshifting stuff to get the computer where I need it. But I'm going to find a photo of me when I was younger that nobody has ever seen. Not that one, not that one, not that one. Where is this photo? Oh, it's right here. And hopefully you'll be able to see how bright my hair was as a kid. Let's see. It's an old photo. Gotta wipe the dust off of it. Let's see. Let's see if you can pick out where I am out of the three.
On the right.
Yeah. How
Mhm.
bright my hair was even at that point.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my older brother. My older brother that's about to turn 21. That's the
Mhm.
one that's about to turn 16.
Mhm.
Me, my mom, and dad. So,
Good.
yeah. Yep. I don't even remember that picture being taken. But that's what you get with pictures, that they're literally snapshots and their memories just encased. I look at that and I'm like, oh, when family wasn't fighting and when life was actually happy. Let's see. Invasion of privacy. Yes. Everyone's saying, what are you talking about? Invasion of privacy. Social media is an insane invasion of privacy. Big tech. Yes. I was actually watching I think I was watching a video the other day of an artist who is only like 26, 27 years old, but she has had social media thrown in her face so much, and she's a very well-known artist, Victoria Justice, if you've ever heard of her.
Nickelodeon kid.
Mm-hmm. And she was saying the other day, I was watching a video of her, and she said, it's annoying, but it's what you have to do at the same time, because she grew up on a TV set. Everybody knows who she is, and they see her out on the streets, and it's like, oh, I know you. It's like, wow, I've never met you, but you know me, and so much more about me because of what you can find online, and a lot of people do find it evasive.
Yeah, I mean, once you started, you cannot just stop.
I mean, and a lot, and people want to know more and more and more and more and more, and it can get really crazy at some points. I need to go as I'm going to watch a film with my dad. All right, Julian, well, have a good rest of your night, bud.
Night.
Don't stay up too late. I will not be up at 2 a.m. with you like later tonight. I will not be. So please try to get some sleep. Let's see. Mike was asking, what's your favorite acoustic guitar brand?
Tanglewood, if you know that. 2 guitars from that brand, Tanglewood, and 1 mandolin. It's not that known, but the quality is insane. Honestly, I think there's a lot of guitars. I think this guitar could probably beat a Taylor guitar, but you pay much more for a Taylor guitar because of the name and because it's so popular. This one, I think nobody really knows. This one was expensive too, but a Taylor guitar with that quality would have been way more expensive. So
okay,
I love this brand, really.
And it works, and they're not super, they're not super expensive, like you were saying, versus the name brand.
Yeah.
It's like getting Kellogg's, for cereal, like Kellogg's versus the store brand. If you get Kellogg's, you're paying for that name. You'll pay $2-3 more for a box of cereal because it's got the name Kellogg's on it versus the store brand that could be the exact same thing.
That's it exactly. But
the store brand might even be better than the name brand.
Yeah. So I don't know why this brand is not so popular. I think it's from England. I'm not quite sure. But I recommend it to anyone who wants to have a good guitar. Definitely.
See, Dad's guitar, I can't remember what brand it is exactly, but he's had that guitar for gosh, well, no, 1990 was 30 years.
Hmm.
God, that's weird that 1990 was 30 years ago.
Weird.
He's had that guitar since probably 85, so 45 years. And at that point, it was worth $1,000, and he got it for 500 from a broke college student that needed the money. So he got at that point, it was $1,000 guitar for about 500 bucks from a
Wow.
broke college kid. And it's a very, I forget what the brand name is, and it's gonna kill me, and I can't go upstairs to look. Actually, it's in the storage unit, which is about 15 minutes down the road, but I still can't go because he took the car, and I'm on, I'm here on here with you guys. But it's gonna kill me not knowing what brand it is. But it's a really good brand. It is a name brand guitar, and he got it for 500 bucks from a broke college student,
Hmm.
and he's never gotten rid of it.
Why should he? I mean,
Exactly. It's probably gonna be passed down to me. I didn't say that. But it might be passed down to someone. Who knows? Char, would you rather cast for The Voice or DSDS, like AGT, or neither?
DSDS is not a real serious talent show. It's, I think, much more about entertainment. And The Voice is, I think, really, really cool show for talents to make that step into the public. But I heard a lot about what's the word? Like that you're not allowed to perform in a different place for 1 year or something as soon as you signed this form.
Okay.
Which is not my comfort zone. I don't know. But I never really thought about competing in such a show.
Would you ever, you've never thought about it, but would you be ever open to the idea of doing it? Of doing a competition show?
I don't know. I don't
There's no
know
right
if
answer. I'm just curious.
yes, I don't know if I'd feel secure about it, because people who go there are so good, like really so good. And I would just ask myself that question: am I actually good enough to compete with these people? And I feel better just being in my room and record my stuff and only put out what I want people to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in general, I mean, I had several bands in the past, and I always just performed with my bands. And I have like no experiences performing alone as a solo artist. I had one performance alone, which was in September 2019. That was the only one that I ever had, because that was the time when I really got into this idea of being a professional musician. And I thought, okay, I need to start somewhere. I need to get experiences alone. And then the winter came and there were no concerts and nothing. And then there was Corona and we had no opportunities to perform. So I never really made that experience to be alone on a stage and just sing alone. So I don't know if I dare that, if you know what I mean. And
Right.
I think filming YouTube videos is kind of really a safe spot for me, because there's nothing to do wrong, because you're just putting
You're
out
in control of
what
everything.
you're fine with. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're in control of everything. It's your safe spot. You know, what I guess I'm hearing a lot of is going on one of those shows. You know, you don't have too much control over what you can do, and it's a surreal place. And of course, you know, like America's Got Talent, you're in front of like, you know, 10,000 people or whatever it is. You know, you're on a stage by yourself, and I definitely, I can get that. Yeah, I can get that. Mike is saying you're way better than those people.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much.
Let's see. Lily was asking about mandolins. Are you speaking of a mandolin and a string instrument, or brand of guitar?
No, a real mandolin. I have one by Tanglewood, actually. I just bought it a few weeks ago, and I love it. I love my mandolin.
Let's see. Just bought a Martin DJR10. Can't wait for that to arrive. Is that a camera or is that a guitar?
That's a guitar.
That's a guitar? Okay. So you can
Really
see
good
how
one.
much I'm like not, you know, in the loop with all the instruments here. I know guitars are string instruments, but there is a difference in a mandolin and a guitar. What I know that there is a difference, and they are two completely separate instruments, but what is the difference between a mandolin and a guitar?
That's a mandolin. It's really small. It has 8 strings, like 2 together, and it sounds like that. So, yes. I don't know if you've seen my Going to California video with this awesome musician. I did a collaboration with a singer called Jessie Smith, and we Going to California by Led Zeppelin. That's a few months ago. But in this video, I played the mandolin. So if you want to hear what that sounds like, you can just check that out if you want to.
And for all of y'all who are not subscribed over to her channel, I have that link. If it might be in your description. If it's not, refresh the page or get out of the live stream and get back in. And her channel link is in your description. I believe it is the top link in your description. So go ahead and check out a lot of her, you know, videos and covers. And you might have a few originals on there, but I know you do the majority of covers on there.
I don't have any originals yet. Yet. I am in the process of recording them, and then hopefully I can put them out as soon as possible.
Wow, 8 strings, I can barely handle 6.
I also have a 12-string guitar. But I mean, it's not much different than a 6-string guitar because it's always 2 strings together. You pull them down at once, you know. It's not that you have 12 separate strings you kind of have to play. It's like 6 strings, just another sound, but it's pretty much the same feeling.
Gotcha. So instead of having 6 individuals, you have groups of 2. So you have 6 groups of 2.
Yeah.
Going up. Ah, gotcha. Or going across, not going up, going across. Gotcha. I haven't played guitar since before COVID, so it's been a while. Are your originals in English or German?
English. I don't like to sing in German.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't like German music at all. And I just don't like the sound of the language in music. I cannot really say what's the problem about it. I just don't like it. And yeah, German music was never really something for me.
Okay. Okay. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Hmm.
Lily's saying mandolins are way harder to play, in her opinion.
A bit. It's different, I'd say. It's different. But once you played an instrument with strings, like a guitar, for example, any other instrument with strings, like a bass or a mandolin or a ukulele, won't be as hard to play for you because you just know that feeling. Because the really hard thing about playing a string instrument is like getting to know to the feeling of, I mean, it hurts in the beginning, it really does.
And the calluses are bad.
Yeah. And what you also need to learn is doing separate things, different things with your two hands, because the one hand is picking and the other is pressing down the strings, of course. And that's pretty much the hard thing about it. And that's the same with all the other string instruments. So if you once figured that out, it's not that hard anymore, I think.
How many instruments do you play in total, or can you play?
Well, I learned to play the piano and the guitar like properly, and all the others I play on my channel. For example, the mandolin or bass or the drums are just self-taught and not really I'm not good at it, you know.
You know enough to get by with them, but you're
yeah,
not,
I wouldn't
like,
say that I
fluent in
play them. I'm just playing around. It's nothing,
Okay.
you know.
So turns me to my next question. What is your favorite instrument that you have ever played?
I love e-guitars.
Okay.
Like e-guitars, this I think well, when it comes to instruments I played before and what I tried out, I think drums is so much fun, and I wish I was better in playing the drums because it's just so much fun. I mean, I'm really not good at it. I'm able to play the basics like a simple.
I lost my audio for a second, and I don't know why. That's weird because my AirPods are charged. Now I can hear it. What?
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Okay, I lost my audio for a second. I don't know why. I saw your lips moving and nothing was coming out. So I don't know why. But that was weird. Mike, thanks for joining. Yeah, so like I just put in the comments, I said if you have any more questions, you know, she's muted. She was muted. Okay. I guess something was going on with your audio or something. I don't know. But okay. I don't know. Guess something weird with technology is happening. Technology doesn't like us for some reason. Another reason why you probably don't like technology. It's because stuff like this can happen. But yeah, we've been on for about 2 hours now. So if you have any more questions, leave them in the comments and we will try to answer them before we hop off. I don't know how much longer Chiara is available, but I don't want to take up too much of her evening because now it's coming up to 9 o'clock if it's not already 9 o'clock her time.
It is, yeah, but that's okay. I mean,
So I mean, I know how it is not being able to get sleep the past like week I've been staying up until like 1:30 in the morning or 12 o'clock or 12:30
Yeah.
or
Same.
whatever. Just
I
mean,
just can't sleep earlier and don't know why. It's
I mean, I've been working on projects for the past week, and that's why I've been up late, and it kills me. And
yeah.
last night, I got to bed early last night. I got to bed at 11:45. I got to bed early. In the military, lights out, it's gonna be 9 o'clock on the dot every night for the first 7.5 weeks. So that's
What?
gonna be weird. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Lights out is at 2100 hours, which is 9 o'clock p.m. And wake up is, oh, how early is wake up? 5:45.
oh,
I
shoot.
think for basic training, I think wake up is 5:45.
Gosh.
If you have early morning duties, it might be earlier than that.
Oh my
But
God.
wake up is 5:45, I think, and lights out is 2100. The first night that you get there, actually, well, okay, so the process of leaving MEPS is the military entrance processing station. That is where you go to like do your physical, to do your ASVAB, which is the Armed Services Aptitude Battery. It's basically the test that qualifies you for your jobs. You know, seeing where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, you know, how good you are at math, you know, reading, you know, all that stuff. It's a gigantic test, basically. And so once you get through all of that, and you basically, in a nutshell, you go up the first time to the MEPS center, where whichever one you go to, take your ASVAB, do your physical, all that stuff. And then you swear into a program that's called the delayed entry, saying, hey, I'm not leaving today, but this is kind of like the in-between section, the delayed entry program, or DEP. It's kind of like, hey, I'm waiting to leave. And then when you actually go to leave, you go back up to your MEPS center, and you do like one final quick physical with the doctor, you know, or whatever, and then you swear into active duty, and then you leave. And you get on your plane and you leave. And so the day that you leave for basic training, you will be you stay at a hotel that night, and or the night before, and wake up call is 4 a.m. Because you have to be at the MEP center by 6,
Wow.
but you have like breakfast and everything at the hotel. But you have to be at the MEP center, I believe it's by 6 a.m. It's either you be at the MEP center at 6 a.m. or, oh, hi. Or your first briefing is at 6 a.m. Either one of the two. And then
Both early enough.
exactly. And then, like I said, for people who are leaving, you just do a quick physical, sign your final papers, swear in. And I think for people who leave, you leave about 9 a.m. area. And then you get on a plane and go to San Antonio, Texas, which is where your basic training is. This is for the Air Force anyway. And then that night you go through all your processing, your paperwork, you know, whatever else. And I think you don't get to bed that night until 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. So it's a long day. That's like, at that point, it's at least a 22-hour day. And then for that first night, or that first following morning, they'll let you sleep in until like 10. But then that's like, other than that, that's like it.
Wow.
And then it's like 5:45 or 6, or, you know, whatever else for the rest of training.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
I
it's not gonna be fun.
I'm up at 5 a.m. Why?
Yeah.
I mean, I get the point. I think standing up early is really nice. I really like being up early because you can just do so much. The day is so much longer.
Mhm.
And but I also at the same time I just hate being tired. So if I
Mhm.
was able to go to bed at 9 p.m. or something like that, I would stand up as early as that too. But
It's the early to it's the what is it? The early to sleep, early to rise type of
mhm,
people.
yeah.
Like my godparents, they're in bed by they get in bed by about 6:30. They're asleep by about 7:30, and they
Mhm,
wake up at like 5 a.m. the next day. But they're the early to sleep, early to rise. They have their
mhm,
dinners at like 4:30 in the afternoon.
yeah. I wish I
whenever when, whenever I go out to see them, which is across the country, whenever I go out to see them, uh, I'm always up, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 p.m., whatever it is. They by 9 p.m. they've been in bed for 3 hours,
mm,
and then the
mhm,
next morning when I wake up at 7:38, I think I've slept in. They've been up for 2 hours,
yeah,
because it's just we just don't. We're not those types of people. Um,
sadly.
let's see. Shara is saying she's not very good, but she is great with everything that she does.
Aw. Thank
Um, her singing is really great. I'm not sure why she thinks it is not, but I think you're referring to like the drums and everything like that, other
yeah,
instruments that you're not too familiar with on that aspect.
yeah.
Um, I'm almost wanting to hear her play drums. All right. Well, it has been 2 hours, and I actually have to um, get ready to actually go out and run because I have to start prepping. I have to start
Cool.
training. So if there are no more questions,
Maybe another song for the end.
maybe another song for the end. Um, but if there are no other questions, no more requests, or if Shar, if you want to play us out or something, I don't know. If y'all want to hear her again, more exposure for her. Remember her link to her channel. If you're not already subscribed to her, her link is down in the description. It is at the top of your description. Go over and give her a subscribe over there. Any support that we can give her is, I'm sure for her, is greatly appreciated. Seeing that her music is going out all over the world at this point. If it's reached me in the United States and others in other parts of the world, Hawaii, wherever else, that's always, I'm sure, very encouraging for uh a young artist.
Of course, and I think that's also one of the coolest thing about this whole thing, that you have the opportunity to connect with people from all over the world and other musicians, like for example Emily.
Hmm.
um I just love that, especially in times like that when you have not the opportunity to have live performances or meet up with your friends to jam. It's so nice that you can just do projects like that. I really appreciate that.
So as much as technology can be a pain in the butt, if it weren't for technology, we'd never be able to do this.
That's true.
So it's got its good sides, but it's got its downfalls, and we just gotta pick and choose what we want to do with it, how we want to utilize the tool that we've been given,
Hmm.
I guess, is the best way to say it. One lullaby for us Germans, maybe.
I don't know any lullaby, but before some others wanted to have a sneak peek of my original song, and I do have one which is really calm. So if you're interested, I could maybe.
Dad's saying you should play Her Majesty because it's only 24 seconds long.
I don't know if I'm still able to play that. I mean, I learned a song, I record it, and then that's it.
That's it.
Really, it's a really hard song on the guitar, and I haven't played that in months. Dreams would be amazing. I can do that. I mean, that's just 2 chords. But I mean, it's not that spectacular on the acoustic guitar because it's just 2 chords.
Maybe
So
2
whatever.
chords is all you need.
Sure.
But yeah, guys, this one last song, and if you don't have any more questions, then we're going to hop off in a little bit, and I'll let Chiara have the rest of her night back.
Okay.
But okay, so do you want Dreams or do you want an original? Which one do you want here?
Yeah, original, please. Okay, I think I'm going to do the beginning of my original, not the whole song because it's pretty long. I like long songs. Okay. Right. It's the first time that I'm performing it in front of people, by the way. Almost nobody knows it till this point. So please tell me what you think about it. I'm really insecure about my own songs. Because yeah, this is like the second song I ever wrote. Okay. Wait.
Well, we're all here, and
Ready to go.
bootleg.
Okay. Kinda makes me feel like home. Spend my time in arms of dawn, listen to my loved one. Wooden word, an emerald song. Stripping off my lemon jellies, watching blue turn green. Time just left me back here all alone. Sleeping water so pretty, winds are green and gold. My course may never change, it leads me home. Wish somebody would have joined me, but rather wish to be alone. I don't think anyone would understand. Oh, while the golden god sings into my ear about a girl with loving eyes and flowers in her hair, I wish I was her. The sky lies open, and I don't know which one's the way to go. Wait a second. I just wrote that part like 2 days ago. Wait. Oh, I feel this isn't real, and I need no proof. Oh, I know that only the shadows I know that only the shadow reveals the truth. Yeah, I think that's enough.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you.
That was great. That was great. Joanna said, "My queen."
Oh,
Lily was saying, "I love her innocence in thinking. She is a great singer, timbre, and just everything is so sweet."
thank you.
You're almost getting a live reaction here.
Mhm.
So, Dad, what did you think about that? Dad, what did you think about that? Yes, I know you're behind, so you can come over here and read it in real time and read the comments in real time instead of listening to my feedback that you've already heard. Because he's sitting in the other room with the live stream up, listening to it. Could you come over here? He wants to hear it finished. Nah, but I guess that's a good thing. It's an awesome thing. Let me try this and as the internal mic on the computer.
Oh,
Let's see if did that change at all?
yeah, it did.
Okay, good.
It's good.
Okay, because now you can hear Dad. Hopefully,
Did what?
now you should be able to hear him.
I have
Yeah.
no critique at this point.
But you also can't hear him, so we'll cut everything back to the computer, and hopefully we can hear you this way.
I've got no critique.
You've got no critique at this
I
point?
have no critique at this point.
There we go. All
I
right.
mean, nothing that anybody else hasn't said already. You know, that's why I want to hear the finished thing.
It's gonna be available pretty soon on Spotify and on YouTube and everywhere. I hope I can finish it as soon as possible.
Fantastic. I just think that it's cool that you know, that you're on here. Everybody knows where your site is. Like you said earlier, go over to the site,
Mm-hmm.
click the subscribe button,
Yeah.
click like, click.
Yeah.
Very easy to do. And
It's only a few clicks. That's it.
it's only a few
For the whole process. That's it.
It's only a few.
Let's see. To click the link to go to the channel, to click subscribe, bell notification, and then however many likes you want to give. But until then, that's only 3 clicks. Like that's like
right.
It's not that hard.
It's not hard to do. And I want to be able to say, I knew her when. I want to be one of those people to say, I knew her when she was on a YouTube live stream. And you know, because when this thing explodes, be ready. You know, be ready.
I have no expectations.
Well, that's good. That's good, because when you don't have expectations,
Nothing can happen.
then, well, when you don't have expectations, because you can't control anything that anybody else does, right? You can only control what you're putting out, and you've got a lot of people out there who really like what you're doing. So, you know, you just kind of put it out there in their hands and let it go. Let's see where this goes. It's kind of exciting.
It is, definitely.
Isn't it?
All right, just a few more comments. Let's see. Bravo, thank you. Very nice, thank you. Nice to hear the skeleton of a song in progress.
Yeah, I mean, it's not finished at all. As I said, I just finished the very last little thing yesterday or the day before yesterday, and I'm going to start to record this piece pretty soon. As soon as I finished to record the other one, which is going to be with a very nice drummer some of you might know.
I knew it.
Any guesses? A really cool German girl.
Well, we already know who the real cool German girl is.
Yeah, it's the one that's
Okay.
on our live stream. The other
Yeah.
one's not on our live stream.
Yeah.
Well, no, the other original is going to be a song with Xena drums, which is really cool. That's the girl Emily did some videos. The girl from the Abbey Road medley.
Yeah. I recognize the name. I recognize the name.
I was waiting for her to say Roger.
No.
No.
This is waiting to be listened by many more, by way more people. Excited to hear some originals soon.
Yeah.
I guess Chiara just shows her soul, which is so brave, and that is just beautiful. Thanks.
Thank you.
And well, I always say expect the worst and hope for the best. It is not for everyone, but I find it makes things easier to take in strides. Yeah, when I mean, I won't say expect the worst and hope for the best, but don't expect, just focus on what you have control over, like what Dad was saying, focus on what you have control over, and everything else will fall into line wherever
That's right.
wherever it is deemed to fall in line, it will fall in line.
Yeah,
Exactly right.
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, so I have to actually get running. Quite literally have to get running. So thank you all for joining today. Thank you, Chiara, for joining. I hope this was a fun 2.5 hours. Hopefully at some point in the future it could happen again. Thank you everyone in the chat who has come out today. Leslie, Mike, Lily, Proxy. I see your name, but I don't remember your name. Alfred, I think is your name.
Yeah.
And everyone else who came out, thanks for coming out. And yeah, remember to go over to subscribe to her channel if you haven't already. Again, that link is in the description below. It is the top link in the description. And yeah, we will see you all in